So good morning to everybody, and thank you for joining me today for our informative and interesting webinar. Today we will discuss the main differences between the EIC and the EUROSTARS funding programs. But first, I will start with our agenda and a short introduction to my company and its field of expertise. So first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Moria, and my position is Business Development Manager in Argentum. Argentum specializes in EU research and innovation funding. The company was established in 1999, and since then has had vast experience and expertise in obtaining governmental funding for innovative technology for research and development. We have 30 employees divided into 3 departments: strategy, business development, and a consulting and writing team. Our vision is to target innovative funding opportunities and to enhance participation and success in multinational research and innovation projects. Argentum is aligned with the EU Commission goals and works closely with the NCPs in order to deepen the understanding of EU directives, guidelines, and value chains. It is Argentum's objective to become the leading expert in cooperation between overlapping technological sectors in the EU. The EU budget for the years 2021 till 2027 is 1.2 trillion euros. You can see how it is distributed in the donut chart above. The first stage of funding is choosing the call proposal. When a company chooses a grant for submission, they should consider the following criteria. Field. Bottom up is a call that is open to all fields of technology, whereas top down would be the specific call that's aligned with the EU's agenda. They should consider also the type of funding mechanism. The European one, supported by the EU, like Horizon Europe, or bilateral. For example, a technological collaboration between 2 countries or a national funding initiative. They should consider the type of application procedure as well, whether the submission is a single applicant or a part of a collaborative project consortium. The choice should be made according to the company's needs and strategy and while considering the success rates of each opportunity. We'll start with the EIC Accelerator. The former name of this funding opportunity, for those of you who don't know, was the Sme Instrument. As this name suggests, this program funds individual companies that are SMEs and startups in order to develop and to scale up their game-changing innovations, high risk and high impact. The EIC Accelerator focuses in particular on innovation building on scientific discovery or technological breakthroughs, known as deep tech, and where significant funding is needed over a long period of time. The funding mechanism of the EIC is divided into 2 different options. The first is a non-dilutive funding, or the grant component, which is up to 2.5 million euros. This is usually given to reimburse up to 70% finance incurred due to the regular innovation activities, which include, among others, R&D, testing, and intellectual property management. The second option is the investment component, which is a kind of direct equity and runs between 1.5 million to 15 million euros. The primary intention of this is to finance market deployment and scale up. The eligibility is open to all EU member states and associated countries. This being said, some rules of thumb apply, such as a single company that is an SME, small or medium enterprise that is part of the EU member state or the associated country. A single small mid-cap company with up to 500 employees. Any individual or legal entity that is either intending or establishing on an SME or investing on an SME small mid-cap company, or is from a third country that intends to relocating the existing SME to an EU member state or associated country. The application process. This program calls for a single applicant that there is no need for the consolidation of a consortium in order to apply. The EIC has gone through many changes and revisions throughout the years. In 2021, the EU Commission presented the current structure, in which a proposal is divided into 2 main stages. Stage 1 is a go-no-go stage. It includes an initial evaluation of the company's product, business plan, technology, etc. This is a very big advantage in relation to previous years because it allows the company to present its technology and get feedback without the process of writing a full proposal. Stage 2, that what was known in the past as the first stage, including a full proposal, financial statement, full business plan for development in the EU, and more. The EIC Pathfinder, previously known as the FET Open. It targets the realization of an ambitious vision for a radically new technology with potential to create new markets and or to address global challenges. As for the collaboration, universities, research organizations, SMEs, startups, industrial partners, and entrepreneurial researchers. The program requires between 3 to 5 partners from at least 3 different countries. EIC Pathfinder grants of up to 4 million euros and supports early stage development of future technologies up to the proof of concept, which have a technological readiness level of 1 through 3. The EIC Pathfinder funding opportunities are divided into 2 types. The open calls provide funding for projects in any field of science technology based on high risk, high gain science towards technology breakthrough, interdisciplinary research. The second type is the challenge-driven calls, which focus on 5 different fields of technology. These are awareness inside, tools to measure and stimulate activity in brain tissue, emerging technologies in cell and gene therapy, novel routes to green hydrogen production, and engineering living materials. This is a single-stage program. The nearest deadline for submission to this program in 2022 is in March and in October. Partnership on Innovative SMEs, known as EUROSTARS, is a joint program co-funded by national bodies from 36 different countries and the European Union under the Eureka umbrella. Based on previous years, we expect the program to be published in the coming month. The goal is to achieve proof of concept within 2 years after the start of the project. The product should be on the market or clinical trials should start. The eligibility countries are EU member states and associated countries to Horizon 2020 and UK. Academia and research facilities are not eligible. Application settings. Consortia must include minimum of 2 partners from at least 2 Eureka countries. This is a slide specifying Eureka countries, and the following slide presents EU associated countries. Now I will talk about the differences and what is the best choice of funding for a company. The first 2 criteria to mention are the TRL and the number of participants that each of these opportunities allows to have. As you can see, the lower the TRL, there is a need for a higher number of participants because the technology would still be in the early stages of development. And this is in the case of the EIC Pathfinder, for example. The higher the TRL, the more competitive the program because the R&D is well underway. This poses a bigger challenge to win a grant. Also, higher the TRL means that the company can apply for a fund without the need for collaborative partners. The funding reimbursement and source are also important to mention. The EUROSTARS project offers a reimbursement through the local authorities, whereas both the EIC projects reimburse funds through the Horizon Europe program. This is crucial when choosing a funding opportunity, and also because of this, it makes sense to choose 2 different projects in different development stages. For example, one initial and one advanced, simultaneously to submit them to at least two funding opportunities, which would raise your chances of gaining funds and distributing the company's cash flow. This strategy, in the case of the EIC versus EUROSTARS, calls for submission for 2 opportunities at least, in order to raise the chances of winning with the grants. For example, if a company has a low TRL, we usually would suggest that it submit a proposal to the EIC Pathfinder and the EUROSTARS program. The abundance of funding opportunities out there can become challenging to navigate because of the complexity that is part of the submission process. In addition to the many details and guidelines that every funding opportunity initials. We have developed a unique method to increase our clients' access to funding while minimizing their efforts. We call this our multi-submission approach, which in a nutshell says, submit to one, submit to all. By following this method of submission, our strategists and consultants would be able to get a firmer grasp of activity of your company, especially your technology. This allows us to write better submission proposals because we gain more depth of knowledge. Moreover, as a submitting company, you will have less to work with, be it financially or in terms of manpower, because we will work your technology and tailor it to fit multiple proposal calls. Lastly, this method immensely raises your chances of winning the grants. Here you can see the strategic process of filtering a specific submission plan to a client. This work plan considers the client's area of expertise, their technology and level of innovation, their strategy and long-term business development goals. This slide offers an overview of our proposal preparation process. The initial step consists of a kickoff meeting, which is followed by the work of a strategist who is in charge of finding proposal calls that are relevant for the activity of your company. This then moves on to the second stage, which is to consolidation of the consortium, if necessary for the funding program you're applying to. Otherwise, the process continues to the consulting and writing team, who write the proposal and submit it online after the revision of the team leader. It's important to point out that the process is always adaptable, and throughout the year, our strategy team is always on the look for new projects and funding programs that fit our long-term client strategy and vision. Later today, our marketing team will send a follow-up email with a list of questions. Please answer as many of them as you can so we can properly evaluate your company and recommend an appropriate program for your activity. I look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for your time today. All the best.